Another question that we keep getting is about genetic testing and what our thoughts are on that and kind of the role that has in
So
IVF.
pre-implantation genetic testing. So testing those embryos from the beginning.
So we are old. And so when we began IVF, genetic testing was offered, but it was very like a side note. It was an extra cost. It was
like
not
an add-on, a la carte.
A la carte
situation.
For a lot of money.
For a lot of money. Yes.
Yeah, to the tune of like $5,000. So really.
So you're already spending 12 to 15, and then they're like, oh, you need to spend another. If you want, you can spend another 5,000 more for this genetic testing, which at the time was like hard no.
Yeah. So honestly, I don't even feel like it was a consideration from a financial perspective. So I don't even feel like we got to the point of analyzing the ethics behind it. So our situation was unique in that.
And what was interesting also about it is that it was very like glazed over by our doctors. It wasn't like a push. It was just a, hey, this is here if you want it. We offer it for people who do have like known genetic situations or rare, conditions or for reasons, but anyone can do it. And it was like, no thanks, and we moved on.
Yeah, it was not a big deal.
Fast forward though, and then it became a push. Like,
I mean, every frozen transfer we did,
yes,
I felt like they were trying to convince us that we should test our remaining embryos. But at that point for us, we were having success. So we were like, why would we do that when we are having successful pregnancies? So we never truly considered it.
Well, it came up for us pretty immediately after our first transfer because we had our first daughter, and she does have a genetic condition of missing a portion of her third chromosome. So then we went back to do her second transfer when she was just under a year old, and they were immediately like, you need to thaw your embryos, you need to genetically test them, we need to genetically test you. And they kind of, when genetics come up, then they get like claws out all over the board, like our daughter's doctors and the fertility doctors. And so my husband and I actually had a phone call with the company that does the genetic testing of the embryos, and they were like, your daughter's deletion of genes is so small, we couldn't even test that in an embryo. We can only see the big things that you would all be more familiar with in genetic testing. And then we also found out that my husband and I didn't have it. It didn't come from us. So it was like, well, we're not going to do that.